I was asked if I have any particular solutions, and I am working on this solution. I believe that it is a matter of an application, a government application. The government should have already done it. The deployment of artificial intelligence, not for the purpose of tax collecting or the purpose of surveillance or the purpose of police work, but for the purpose of solving people's problems. If Facebook would have set up a digital governance, then it could have been a very successful political party. The use of an application to, first of all, collect personal data, but also to protect the personal data. Not to protect the personal data for the company, but to protect the personal data for the individual. To then collate and cross-reference and use the data over many platforms throughout the government department. So the government department is or services understand that there are multiple situations that people function in. And when there are multiple situations, there can also be multiple injuries. So that when the government department is dealing with one thing, there is no point if it deals with it in a certain way if another government department is dealing with something in another way. Because whilst they're both giving lip service to serving to public service, they are actually multiplying and compounding the injury on citizens by not being aware of the issues and not being honed into or individually service-oriented. But there is no headway in developing these techniques because, frankly, there is no motive. The motive of liberating citizens from the yoke of governance does not exist in governance itself. The necessity to put in a lot of resources to construct, to create an architecture where individuals can interact with individuals on the other side of the world or on the other side of the country or on the other side of the building or on the other side of the house or on the other side of relationships, complex relationships. There is no incentive, because the incentive is in groups or in companies to be the proxy, to be the agency, to have a license to collect money for that service. The tollway for education, the tollway to find solutions for one's problems is as illegitimate as a tollway to breathe. To breathe, to drink water, to have an education, to be entitled to the freedoms of congregation and expression. These are liberties that humanity has learnt to cultivate as the platforms on which it grows into the remarkable entity, network, society that we are. This cannot be for sale. My advice to the large corporations, the social media corporations, and even to Microsoft, where a lot of rumors are going around about the intentions of these large companies and whether or not they intend to enslave society rather than to assist society. My advice to these large corporations is to give them away, to give them to society, to give them to citizenship, to create a foundation in which citizens are all part and have trust. It is to coordinate the emergence of these large, very large and influential institutions, that they should no longer be private, but they certainly should not be government, but rather a structure put in place where they are given to the people in a highly democratic, highly individualized, highly protected way. This could be a great gift of those generals of industry to humanity.